What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? I am Augustine Versace. This is Onell Media, and you are awesome. If you are here, you are the fam giving me dap. I'm rocking with you. Yeah, we are on the road to 1K subscribers, but we're going to go past all of that, and we're going to get to the nitty gritty. Yes, the FX3 has officially been announced by Sony. And what did I tell you guys, man? This your fam right here. What did I tell you guys? Now, we're going to get into the good. And as I said in my last video, man, the good is the bad to me. Okay, so the good. Full frame sensor. Check. Alright. Then we have the low light beasting capabilities. Check. We have the same sensor. We have the same 5-axis stabilization. We have the same everything. Like that is the good. That is the good. We have the same everything as the A7S III. Now, just as I had thought in my last video, this video is even more focused on the creator who is only behind the camera shooting video, or in front of the camera actually, because it has the flippy outy screen. So that is the good. The bad is it is the A7S III for all intents and purposes. It truly is the exact same guts of the camera, but this is where I'm going to segue into who this camera is for. Now, see, in my personal opinion, this camera is for the cinema creator, the person who's using the FS6 as your daily driver for YouTube. Now, the handle, I was wrong about the handle. It works in the way that the FX6 handle actually works, but it is not the same handle. Another thing with the bad is they don't give you a mic, man. Why the FX6 gets a mic? Why I can't get a mic? But with that handle, it gives you more flexibility when you're holding the camera handheld, and that leads the camera to be really good for guerrilla shooting. I really wish Sony hadn't done this to us, but it does have its place. Like with the A7S III, you have to rig that out with a cage. If you look at the body of the FX3, it kind of looks like it has a cage built in. Which essentially it does, because it has so many spots where you can actually screw things in. Another good thing about the FX3 is you should have no issue with thinking that you're recording and you're not really recording. The FX3 has not one, not two, but 3 lights that indicate that it's recording. Now, the front light, needed. When you're shooting yourself like this, that front light is needed. And right now I'm shooting on the ZV-1, which is what I shoot most of my YouTube content with when it's talking head. I actually have an A7 III that I shoot all of my professional work with. But the ZV-1 has this light in the front, and for my A7 III, I really wish it had the light in the front. Because right now I have my screen out, and my screen says recording. But if I did not have this screen available to me to be out, I wouldn't know that I was recording. And sometimes, you know, you hit the record button, you think you hit the record button, and you didn't really hit the record button, and now you're sitting there talking to thin air because you're not recording anything, and then you turn around and turn it off and then start recording again, and once again, all you recorded was the situation and the inside, like the you getting ready to record something else was all you recorded. You should never have this problem ever again. Top of the button, love it. That is great. And then there's one on the back side of the camera that shows you the light. So you're recording, you got the light. You've got the lights. And that's amazing. You also have all of these places where you can screw in things to the camera, which means that you have the handle for the audio, but any number of things can be screwed onto this camera, at any point in time, and you don't need a cage. That is a plus. So thank you for that, Sony. The only thing that I have a gripe with is we seen it with the Canon C70, right? You can have that mirrorless / DSLR body and have it be bulkier, and you can have more features in it. Case in point, yes, you guys made it slightly bigger. You threw a fan in there. That is amazing. That is great. Most people are not going to need that because from what we can tell from the A7S III, there's not really a heating issue with that camera, which is the same camera sans the body. So there's not really a heating issue. And I think they basically said you could run almost indefinitely 4K 60 frames per second, which is dope. But why are you shooting 4K 60 frames per second outside of bursts? B-roll, something you might want to speed up, slow down, and post. You shouldn't be shooting a whole talking head 4K 60. So that was a bit overkill, and I would have rather had seen some type of way to get ND filters into that camera body, seeing as though it's part of the cinema lineup, and the cinema lineup has the ND filters. So I would have loved to have seen that from Sony. Sony, are you listening? And even if you couldn't have a variable ND built inside the camera and have, you know, the different stops for the ND, you could have still just gave us one ND. I'm shooting on the ZV-1. I paid $700 for this thing. $700, and it has an ND filter. Just one, but it has an ND filter. I really could have used that in an FX3. I guess the bigger question is, do you need to get the FX3 if you already have the A7S III? My answer is no, because by now you've rigged it out, man. You've rigged it out. You really rigged it out. Come on, you already rigged it out. You don't need to get the FX3. Now, the big thing about it was the color science. The City like, or I can't remember what the hell that shit is. I don't remember. The fancy thing that gets everything all nice right out of the camera and you don't have to do any color grading. It looks beautiful. That is something that is actually, from what I hear, getting moved over to the A7S III. So, in theory, honestly, they got us. They got us. It is what it is. Almost gave me the camera that was perfect, and then you come out with a semi-perfect camera, more perfect than the camera before it. And yeah, we waited how long for the A7S III, guys? How long did we wait for that camera? We waited a while, didn't we? And I think it's hurtful that they would come out with a camera that's similar right behind it. Like, we waited a while for this camera, man. Sony, y'all made us wait a minute for this camera. And then you turn around and have a camera that's essentially the same camera right behind it. That right there is a slap in the face. But yeah, guys, man, the FX3 low light beast, great starter cinema camera, I would say. It'll get you in that direction, but it also takes stills, and it doesn't have a viewfinder. Heck, I barely ever use my viewfinder for stills. I'm always using my screen. I really am. So I don't think that's too hurtful. And I mean, it shoots at 12 megapixels, so really you wouldn't be doing a whole lot. But if you are a true hybrid shooter like me, I think we'd be better off just waiting for the A7 IV. Hopefully it's coming soon. We'd probably be better off waiting for the A7 IV. Yeah, man. So guys, in the comments, tell me what you think about the specs of the FX3. Do you feel like you've been bamboozled because it is essentially the A7S III? Oh, but wait, I was about to end the video, but no, I can't end the video because, bruh, the one thing that I could truly say was a true upgrade for this camera was that, why do I have that in my hand? Was that, guys, We got the zoom button, the zoom rocker, right? They took away that shutter button. They gave us the zoom rocker. And that is lit. Oh my God, that is lit. And most of the time when I'm shooting projects with my camera and it's not for photography, I am actually holding the camera somewhere in this area and I'm holding it down. The buttons at the top of the camera are actually set up for you to be able to control it with your thumb, and you're controlling that rocker for the zoom with this finger here. So yeah, it's actually pretty cool and conducive for you to be shooting down low with it. You go down with it, and imagine you are going to be having this handle holding everything, and you're going to be down low. Go low. Oh, not time for music reference. Okay. But anyway, all in all, the FX3 is an amazing camera, especially to get you into the cinema line. With the cinema line colors, I can't really say that it's a step up for the A7S3. So if you already have this A7S3, keep your monies. But for people who don't have a camera that's dedicated to video and they would like to have a camera dedicated to video, this is an amazing starting point. Yeah, guys, remember we're on the road to 1K subscribers, and please like and subscribe. So with that being said, as always, peace. I love you guys.